so excited to make these cookies with you guys today. These came out so great. They are one of my favorites. You're gonna be so glad you showed up on my channel. We're gonna put in half a cup of milk. Now you can do any kind of milk. This I'm using an unsweetened almond milk because I already got lots of sweetener in there. You could do vanilla flavor or plain. We're just gonna pour that in. So I'm just gonna stir to combine. Then we're gonna add in our cocoa, 6 tablespoons of cocoa. The flavor, it probably does matter what ones. I've always liked pretty much everything I've done because I like chocolate. So we're putting that in. And you do probably hear my oven on. I'm actually roasting some chicken in there right now. Whatever, you know, doubling up here. So we're gonna mix this in. So you know, you got the liquid, the powder, you just gotta stir until it's all combined, incorporated. Okay, it's nice and smooth now. Here's the trickier part. What we gotta do is we gotta bring this up to a solid boil, a really good boil. And then we let it boil for 1 minute. How long? 1 minute. Yeah, I used to teach. I'm going back to my 1 minute, everyone. I used to teach preschoolers. So we let it boil for 1 minute. This is the candying aspect. So I'm sure there's a temperature you're supposed to actually be hitting. I don't know what it is. I will say this, if you live in a high humid place, let me know if you do, deal with humidity, you're gonna want to cook it a little bit longer because it's gonna help it dry out a little more. If you live somewhere really dry, you probably wanna do a little bit less. I know, trial and error. Here's the thing, I tend to undercook mine because I like that taste better. And if they don't get solid, which has happened to me, you can put them in the freezer and then they'll stay solid. So guys, this is really good. And I'm telling you, if you mess up a recipe, just roll with it. My inspiration is Julia Child. I love her heart. I wish she was in the kitchen with me. I love how she just wanted to get people to cook, and that's my heart, and that's my passion, is we're just cooking, we're just trying something, and it's okay if you mess up, and you just fake it till you make it. Any version of this cookie, you can just pretend that's what you wanted. Okay, I'm starting to get a couple little bubbles, but I need a solid bubble before I start my 1 minute timer. So you can set a timer or you can eyeball it. I tend to eyeball things. It's probably why it doesn't come out perfect for me every time, but I'm always happy. But I will tell you guys what to do so that you can do it right. You got this. Okay. Okay, I think we're almost there. This is one of those things that always seems to take forever. Okay, yeah. So I've got here a pretty raging boil. So I'm gonna stir this whole time, and I'm gonna do this for 1 minute. And this is to get it up to the right temperature so the chocolate gets the right thickness. It's the sugar doing magical sciencey things. And you want to get to thicken. And once it's done, you're gonna have to act fast. Okay, you hear me? We're gonna go fast. We're gonna dump in our rest of our ingredients while the temperature is still up there. And we're gonna pull this off the heat, add it in, and then we can start scooping out our cookies. This is my my clean energy drink. I really like this. There's a company of supplements that I love, and I can link it below, but I really like this stuff because it helps my brain work. It helps nitric oxide in the body, and I can actually think. And there's only 25 calories, and it's from honey and monk fruit. It's really good stuff. So if you're like me with the mom brain, you love this stuff. Okay, we're almost there. So I live in a very dry climate, so I'm going toward this not overdoing it too much. So now immediately I dump in all my other good stuff. We've got 3 cups of oats. And of course I'm using my gluten-free certified oats and I have this memorized from when I was a kid. There's 3 cups of oatmeal, and then I have pre-measured a half a cup of peanut butter. I like to do chunky because I like the little crunchy nuts in here, but my husband did the shopping. I appreciate him. I actually do not like grocery shopping. Oh, yeah, I think I got the right temperature. But I like the crunchy peanuts in there. Okay, we've got this. Woo. Okay, what I'm looking for is this glossy look of the chocolate, where it looks glossy. Yay. Now we're gonna hit it with some vanilla. And I do a good amount of vanilla. A solid teaspoon. It calls for a teaspoon. I do a little more. And then a pinch of salt, because salt makes chocolate, that's more than a pinch. But do not be afraid of salt. It really helps desserts. Okay, now we're gonna finish stirring this. And y'all, now we're ready to scoop. So I'm gonna use this nice little scooper here so my cookies aren't huge. And then we're just gonna scoop them out. Now, growing up, we would use wax paper to put our cookies on. Now we have these awesome silicone mats that I bake on and everything. My mom, she did not believe me how awesome these were. And she's like, it took her a couple years, she finally bought it. She's like, okay, Diamond, you're right. These are fantastic. Who loves their silicone mats? I'll link up some in the description. Get them. They're so awesome. They're great for baking cookies. Oh man, they're a game changer. I just remember burning stuff and sticking stuff to pans. But, you know, it's really nice to have something you don't have to keep rebuying, like wax paper or whatever. And like, how often do you even use wax paper? This is all I really remember, except for you crafty people out there. Now, and also the reason we put in vanilla, you guys know after we've cooked it, right? Because vanilla can be cooked out. So you want to taste it. That's why we often add vanilla at the end on things like this, so you don't lose a lot of that flavor. I'm totally dropping it. I remember as a kid with my mom doing this, and all the ones that like didn't end up as cookies, we got to eat. Okay, here are my cookies. They're delicious. My kids grabbed them and ran right to their bedroom. Teenagers. But they came out so good, and I'm so excited about these. If you want to treat yourself, if you want to have a gift to give to someone, these are going to be your go-to. These are delicious, they're quick, they're easy, consistently tasty. This is such a great recipe to have up your sleeve. You will not regret making these cookies. They're very easy, gluten-free, dairy-free, but not low sugar. I would love to hear if you have different variations that your family has done. Miriam wants them now.